Hello, my name is Ghost and this video is going to be about TFAR, mod for enhanced communication that's connected with the TeamSpeak. Now I'm going to cover some basics how the mod works, setting up short range radio, long range radio, and how to set their additional channels. And also as last, let's gonna give some few tips, so stay around. Okay, let's start. Well, the TFAR mod is actually connected with the TeamSpeak, so that means that all the communications now that go inside the game now goes through the TeamSpeak. So it doesn't use the voice chat that's actually built in the vanilla ArmA game. Now, there are two different states that can be used. There's direct chat or a radio communication chat. And so the direct chat is connected with the TeamSpeak. So your voice activation button that's connected or set up on your TeamSpeak is going to actually be your in-game direct chat. Okay, so for the direct you have also three different settings for voice volume. So it actually doesn't affect your voice volume, but the range of your hearing. So as practical demonstration, you can change that by pressing Control and Tabulator. And you can see it on the bottom right corner. My voice volume was now changing to normal, yelling, or whispering. So I'm gonna set it on yelling so Decoy and Slow can hear me. They're right below me. Hey guys. Slow is set up on normal voice volume and Decoy is set up on yelling. So Slow, can you give it away? Can you just walk away from me and just keep talking?
Sure. I see trees.
Okay, there you go. You can stop now. Okay, so as you heard guys, the normal voice activation is like 16 to 17 meters. Now Slow is still talking, but I cannot hear him. Yeah, Decoy, you can keep going and just keep talking. You're on yelling, right?
Yeah. Well, I just hope you don't want me to sing because
No
that's
worries.
not gonna be good for this
You
one.
don't have to sing to me, but I can still hear you nicely.
Okay. Yeah, I can still hear you.
Yeah, we can still hear each other. That's good.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the yelling voice activation
I can
is
barely hear you.
around
I can barely hear
40
you.
meters and then it starts fading out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should be
So
now roughly estimated like 40 meters away from each other and decoy is fading out.
barely.
Alright, and the last part is whispering. And the whispering part, that's good for CQB ranges because the whispering works for only estimated 4 to 5 meters and then it really fades out. So now when I'm talking, these guys can hear me. They still cannot hear me. They still cannot hear me. But now they can hear me, right guys? Because I'm
You? Oh
whispering.
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
5 meters.
yeah, it's roughly for 5 meters. Okay, so let's now move to the radios. There are two different types of radios. There is a short range radio and a long range radio. Also, every faction has its own coding. So let's say that the blue force and op forces are gonna talk on the same frequency, but since they got a different coding, they shouldn't be able to hear each other. So be advised that if you're in one squad, you should all wear the same radio. Okay, so let's set up the short range radio. Okay, so if you wanna open it up, just press Ctrl and P, and you can see that little menu of a radio shows up. Okay, so you can set up to 8 channels for the short range radio. Now these buttons don't actually work, so if you want to change channel, you have to press this plus and minus for next channel or previous channel. And on here it shows your current channel and your current frequency that is on. So now I am on channel 2 on frequency 427.4. Now there is also a shortcut for changing the channel quickly. As you can see, I'm changing now. And if you want to do that, you have to press your number on your numpad. So if I press number 1, I'm going to change to channel number 1. If you want to, let's say, change to channel number 5, you're just going to press number 5. Now to set up the frequency, let's set up a frequency 51 on the channel 1. Alright, so just click on channel 1, click clear frequency. Now you can type down again as well. 51, and you can press set frequency or enter. Now let's say we want to have two channels that we want to talk on a different throughout the mission. So let's press number 4, for example. Let's clear the frequency and we're going to change it to 100. Now press set frequency and press escape. Now if you do want to talk on the channel 51, you just have to press number 1 on your numpad. On the bottom right corner you're going to see that your channel switched to channel 1 and frequency 51. It also shows your current radio, so now I'm equipped with a radio PRC 152. But if you wanna speak on channel 100, you have to press number 4, and now you can talk and listen on 100. Just be advised that you won't be able to hear the channel 151 and the guys talking on 51. Now let's take a look about the next features that Task Force Radio can give it to us. So let's open up Task Force Radio short range. So Control P, and on the bottom left corner the 0 button, that's stereo settings. Now if you press stereo settings, there are 3 different settings: right only, left and right, and left only. Now if you do have it set it up on left only, that means that you're going to receive only to your left ear. If you set it up to right only, you're going to receive on your right ear. And if you set it up to left and right, you're going to hear on both ears. Right, next feature is speakers. Now there are 2 different settings, headphones and speakers. Now if you're set up to headphones, you're going to only receive the things you're going to receive, only you are going to be able to hear it. Now, if you're going to change it to speakers, then everybody else, whatever transmit comes through frequency 51, everybody else can hear it in some kind of a radius. So sometimes you may want to use that in some situations, but often just try to keep it on headphones, especially when the squad leader is right next to you and he's speaking on through the radio. He's gonna hear himself, and it's always really bad intuition to talk and while you're hearing yourself. But there is a cool neat feature that you can also place a radio on the ground somewhere, and you can hear the radio if it's set up on speakers. So I hit a radio over here somewhere. So let's find it out. So Ghost on 50 VM. Oh, there we go. There's the radio. Alright, so as you can hear, I just placed the radio on the ground, set it up on the frequency 51. It's the same radio I have. And I set it up on the speakers, and I could hear each other. This is a cool feature that you could maybe use in some kind of a mission, or I don't know, maybe in some other occasions you can use that. Okay, so for the practical demonstration of a short-range radio, let's perform a radio check on channel 51. So let's take it away, guys. Radio check on channel 51.
Slow 51.
Ghost on 51.
Decoy on 51.
Alright, splendid, guys, splendid. Okay, so now let's have a situation that you want to set up and you want to listen to 2 different channels and you want to speak on 2 different channels as well, but you don't want to have 2 radios on yourself. Well, there's a feature called additional channel. So if you open up your radio, so I have now set up 51 and I preset my channel 4 to frequency 100. Now let's say that I want to listen to these channels on the same time. Now there's a feature called additional channel. So you just open up the channel you want to set as additional. You click on set additional channel. Now you're going to see that the C4 is going to change to alphabet A. It now looks A4 100. Now you can already guess the problem. Now if you're going to receive on both these channels, you cannot really distinguish the differences because both are you're going to hear the same. So there's 2 ways how to manage that. One, everybody who's going to talk on different channel, they're going to, on the end of the sentence, they're always going to tell which channel they're talking on. The next cool feature that I showed you before, we're going to combine with it, is that we're going to set up our additional channel on only on one of the ears and leave our primary channels on both ears. Now I can do that through the radio. Open up the radio and set stereo settings and press right only. Now on the bottom corner you can see that it has left and right. That means for the main settings, and the additional channel is right only. Now there's also a simple key binding that you can use. So if you are on the channel frequency 100, you can just press Control and right arrow key and it's going to change to right here only. If you're going to press Control and left arrow key, it's going to change to left only. If you want to hear it on the both, you can just press Control and up arrow key. Now this is a cool feature, so you can just swiftly move around the additional channels. Okay, so I'm gonna set my additional channel to right here only. So I'm gonna set press channel 4 and Control right arrow key. And now I set up that my additional channel is gonna be right here only. When I'm gonna receive to my right ear. Now, if I want to speak on the both channels as the same, I'm gonna get back to channel 1. So now when I'm gonna transmit on 51, I'm just gonna press caps lock. And if I want to transmit on the additional channel, by default it's letter T. So when I'm going to transmit on the additional channel, I'm just going to press the letter T. And I'm going to transmit on frequency 100. When I'm going to receive on the channel 100, I'm going to receive only my right ear. And I'm going to receive on the channel 51, I'm going to receive on the both ears. Okay, and now let's do the practical demonstration for the additional channel on 100. So radio check on channel 100.
Slow 100.
Ghost on 100.
Decoy on 100.
Alright, splendid guys, really perfect. So I talk about the long-range radio as well, but I'm not gonna cover that section in this particular video, so stay tuned for more videos. They're gonna come in future. Also, one last cool tip that I can give you, what TFAR actually enables for you, is that some cars, well not this car, but some APCs, and definitely some tanks, they have a built-in long-range radio inside it. So when you get inside, and you open up your long-range radio, press Alt-P, you're going to open up the long-range radio. Now just be advised that when you by default these radios are set up to speakers, so you do want to change that to headphones as soon as you get in, so the other guys don't hear it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it gave you some good advices on how to set up the TFAR and how the mod works with actually itself. Also how to set up the additional channels. So stay tuned up for more videos, and I'll see you next time.
The greatest man alive. But now I'm a man way past 21.